or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3 years. And any of them is a reasonable answer to the question. So what I would recommend for those of you who've never done this before, take your jar home. Well, first of all, a jar this small, you're not really going to be able to eat for very long. But, you know, leave it for like 2 or 3 or 4 days and then taste it. And then just taste a little bit, and then press it back down so it gets the flavor of the juices. Then leave it for 3 or 4 more days and taste it. And right away from the second tasting, you'll have a little bit of insight. Do I like it more or less than I did the first time? If you like it less the second time than you did the first time, that suggests that you like a mild kraut, and go ahead and put it in the fermentation slowing device that I presume that you have in your home. But if you liked it better the second time than the first time, then just eat a little bit and let it go a little bit further. And what you can do is actually learn where along the spectrum you really like it. You know, in a warm place like Los Angeles, you're not going to do it for 3 years. Like, that's something that's possible in northern Vermont. It's not possible in a subtropical climate. So, you know, the potential of it depends a little bit on how cool it is. In a heated home in a northern environment, people can't keep it through the whole winter. That depends on having a root cellar. So a lot of it is just situational and circumstantial. You know, it's like, what does your environment allow? But you know, I would say for most people it would be, you know, somewhere between you know, 3 or 4 days and, you know, 6 weeks will be the range. But it really just depends what you like, and we're not all going to like the same thing. Just like we don't all like the same amount of heat, we don't like all the same amount of salt, and we don't like all the same amount of sour. I mean, it's one of the beautiful things about making food yourself is you can figure out how you like it and make it the way you like it. Maybe you're catering to children who prefer milder flavors than you. You can make some of it mild and keep it that way in the fridge, and you can make some of it stronger. There's just, you know, there's not a singular way of doing this. There's not a, you know, sort of single amount of time that it takes for it to be probiotic or beneficial. You know, from hours later, it is probiotic. There's a dense population of lactic acid bacteria. It's very busy. You'll see the bubbles. The word fermentation comes from Latin fervere, which means to boil. And it's because the visible action of fermentation is the same as the visible action of boiling. It's the bubbles. You know, sometimes the bubbling in vegetables is subtle and you won't even notice it. Sometimes it's quite dramatic. So is everything clear? Everyone knows what to do with this when you take it home?
So the next day,
so that's, yeah, you want to release the pressure a little bit because a lot of, like, you'll get the most accumulation of pressure in the first few days, and then it will taper off after that.
you should do that every day.
Yeah, I would say just leave it on your table where you'll see it every day and release it every day. If you miss the day, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I usually tighten it again. You could leave it loose.